Okay, we are officially live.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be back.
Yes, Amina's back for another stream. So freaking exciting.
Are you gonna be doing some more after Nano? I don't know if you talked about this.
I think I will, but probably not as frequent. Like the weekly streams is probably just gonna be a Nano thing.
Okay. I
Yeah,
feel
that's my thought process.
but still really fun. Like I love seeing like the same people showing up.
Me
Like,
too.
oh, we all know each other now.
Little community feel.
I
I have
know.
Coco today, guys. Very in the cozy vibes for this final Nano stream.
Very
How's everyone? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying it's very cozy.
Yes. Hi, Peter. Welcome back.
Hi,
How's
Peter.
everyone's projects coming along? Any progress since last week? How are you guys doing towards your Nano goals? Have your Nano goals changed now that we're in the home stretch? Let me know.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Because I feel like with Nano, like it's very like big goals, right? Like 50K or finish or complete the book. Those are the two requirements, right? Yeah. Like
Pretty much. Yeah.
I feel like it could be hard to like think about life circumstances that could get in the way during that. So I'm very interested to know. Like, there's 5 more days of Nano.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel? How do you feel?
I feel really great. I feel like I've picked up a lot of momentum. In the beginning, I was going really slow, and now I'm feeling like I'm at a better pace. And I
Okay.
think next year I would stand a better shot of maybe winning. But I also think now I have a more realistic idea of how long it takes me to draft.
Okay.
What's the news, Peter? Share.
Ooh, spill the tea.
Yes, if you guys are just coming in now, hello, welcome to our final writing sprint stream of Nano. How's everyone's projects going? We're so happy to have you here. We're going to be doing some writing sprints and chatting it up as always. Oh my God, you won! Wow!
Ooh,
And
congratulations.
yeah, congratulations. I'm not surprised. I knew you were pretty close last time. So congrats.
Wait, I watched. Oh, sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Go.
No, I was gonna say because I know I came late, so I watched a little the part that I came late. Were you the one who had like 40K at the time? I'm not sure. And also, can one of you guys explain winning because I don't know the nan. Does that mean you hit 50K? Okay, I'm catching on.
She's catching on. She knows what's up.
You know, I can use context.
Yeah, I think he was the one that was at 40K and he was working on a science fiction book.
Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. What was your schedule like? Like, how did you pace yourself to win, even before Nano was even done yet?
Yeah, fill us in. He's ahead.
I know. Gotta get all the tips for next year.
For next year, yeah.
Oh, wait, and also he made a video about it, so that's probably in the video.
You gonna do it next year? I would freaking die.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying stuff.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. It depends how I'm feeling, where life looks like, because I feel like I'm taking on a lot of stuff next year, but we'll see. I like that it's towards the end of the year. It's not like new goals are on the brain.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very, very true. Adam is making a snack and then will be joining us. Love that. Okay, Peter says he started in January, so that's essentially how he made it possible. Okay, so it wasn't like all those words weren't in this month necessarily.
So then when you hit 50, did you hit 50 and then your book's done, or just you hit 50 for Peter specifically and you still have more left to do? Curious.
That's a good point because I feel like a lot of book drafts, especially for sci-fi, it's going to be more than 50,000 words. Like, I don't think the book will be done at 50,000 words. I'm like at like 35 now, and I'm still right in the middle. So
there's a lot of world building that like you don't really get with the typical like romance or just fiction.
Very true. Okay, yeah, he says his novel still needs quite a bit of story to finish. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
I wonder what the typical word count is for like a fantasy book.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure. I've seen them go up to like past 100K. It can get a little crazy.
Is like 50 the typical? Like, did they just pick it randomly, or is that like an average or something?
I don't know. That's a great question. Maybe that's like an average rough draft for like some genres. I also feel like people generally people's rough drafts are shorter than their final project, right? So
You want to beef it up.
yeah, very true. Update for where I'm at in real time. In my book, I'm on the verge of 20K. I'm at like 19,000 right now,
Okay.
which is very exciting. I'm working on a scene where some backstory stuff gets revealed, and
Ooh.
we learn about Varen's former girl. So
Is this gonna be like a moment for the other characters to start piecing things to with him and be like, oh, I can understand you better now that I pieced this information together?
absolutely, yeah. So
I love that.
it's a big moment, big scene where we're like starting to learn more about him. So yeah.
Ooh. Question then, is it what about the audience? Do they know this beforehand, or is it like the audience is now also getting the inside scoop?
No, the audience is also now learning this, but I've been kind of dropping crumbs up to this point, which I'm glad that I did. It wasn't even, some of them weren't even planned, but like, things that are mentioned, or that he knows these people, but you don't know exactly what went down type of vibe. So it's
Yeah.
like the crumbs are there, and then this is like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Starting to add up now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Peter says he might do part 3 for Camp Nano. He was on part 2 and is at 75,000 words. Wow, that's insane. Camp Nano, is that in July, or is there an earlier one? I think Camp Nano, Amina, is essentially Nano, but mini version that happens in a different month.
Oh, okay. I'm so glad that you knew that. I had no idea what that was.
Yeah.
I was like, what's that?
Yeah. I'm not sure if the word count expectation is different, or if it's the same. Anyone else who's been joining, because I see people have been trickling in. Hello, and welcome to the stream. Feel free to give us updates about your project in the chat. We're super excited to have you here. Probably the last Nano stream, so. I'll take a month off and then start outlining my next Nano project, which will be in a unique format. Very cool. Yeah, time off is a good idea. I don't think I'm gonna take any time off after November, just because I feel like if I get too far away from the manuscript, it's gonna be really hard to come back in.
Yeah, especially when you already have all this like momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I'm already like made a habit of like writing consistently.
Right. I think if I like finish the rough draft, then I would be like, okay, I need some time and like distance. But Adam says, all I heard was mini nano. Would that make it nino? I'm dead. Adam, can you clarify for us? Is Camp Nano 50,000 words as well? I feel like you probably know. Molly hit 50K a few days ago. Guys, what the heck?
Hey. Everyone's like so ahead.
Jesus Christ. Now I feel like such a weenie. Hey, first of all, you both look gorgeous. Oh my God, thank you. That's so nice.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I can't finish the outlining part of my story, and it has been like 2 whole years. Any ideas to help? Now,
Girl, I'm in the same boat.
This is probably not the answer that you want to hear, but dare I say, if you've been stuck on an outline for so long, you might just have to plunge in and try to discover some things as you go. Because it can be really easy to get frozen in the planning stage. And of course, this is coming from a pantser, so I'm a little bit biased. But yeah, my first recommendation would be maybe just try out even just some test scenes and see if you can figure some things out that way. That would be my recommendation. But yeah, I mean,
also, yeah, like I can't really give advice because literally same. Like I have a story half outlined, but I haven't really touched it in a year. But it was in like I made it, had like the idea in 2019. So she's been stagnant. But something that really helped me was like making a Pinterest board so I can like visualize what I want to happen. And sometimes in those pictures of like recommended, it like helps me like get ideas of like, oh wait, it would be cool if this thing happened because I kind of have a picture that I can like tell a story about. So don't know how well that could help, but I think it's also fun. It just like adds like good spark and like refreshes your vision of whatever story you're making. But can you share the details of your story? I would love to know.
Yeah. And some other things that going off of the Pinterest board, like I know sometimes people make playlists or they even do like scent association where they wear a specific perfume when they're working on it. So maybe like little tricks like that to just get you more into the mood and the world of what you're working on could be helpful if you're really stuck. Adam says Camp Nano, as far as I can tell, downscales and flexes the nano concept, but not by much. Less about the word count and more about daily consistency. Okay, that's really helpful, actually. Thank you, because I had no idea what it was. People tend to do 25,000 word months for it. Okay. Honestly, that sounds right up my alley because 25,000 seems way more doable than 50,000 for me personally.
Is
Adam,
it like
made any progress since last week? Sorry, go ahead, Amina.
No, I just had a question of like, is it like you choose when to do Camp Nano, or is it like actual time that people say, okay, Camp Nano starts this time?
Good question. I'll direct that over to the chat. I thought it was specific months, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
But different writers will give you different answers. LOL. Yeah, fair. I feel like with all of these challenges, it's like there are rules, but also everyone adapts them to whatever you need it for, right? It's all about the motivation and the community aspect.
I agree. That's what brought us here today, the live streams.
Yeah. We're all about the community aspect up in here, for sure. Amina, do you have a drink with you? No?
I have water.
Okay. We'll count it.
But it's not as aesthetic or anything.
Mm.
Oh, also, this might be a fun time to announce that me and Brielle are going to be doing a live stream next week on both of our main channels if you want to stop by. More details coming soon.
Yes. More details coming soon. It'll be goal setting for the new year. So if you're into that type of stuff. Camp Nano April and July, but TBH can do whenever. Okay, thank you. Chris, confirm if that's your name. I'm just going off your username. But okay, that's helpful. Catch me doing it in April for sure.
It'd be cute if I had like a name for it, like what is it? What's Nano stand for?
National Novel Writing Month.
Oh, there's no November in it.
No.
I don't know why I thought November was like part of the word.
No, I have a feeling the ends is not a coincidence. You know?
Like alliteration.
Yeah. This year still in the concept of nano. I didn't win my first year. Yeah, very much learning my writing style, my writing pace, how to strategize to get higher word counts. So it's definitely a warm-up year, but also like I've made a ton of progress in the book regardless of hitting 50K. So I'm like still happy I did it.
Yeah, and when did you decide to write it? Because I remember it kind of just happened out of the blue. I'm gonna write a book, and then here you are.
I wish I could remember when I wrote like the first chapter. I have no freaking idea. I think it was only probably a couple months before I did Nano, but
yeah,
I have no freaking idea when I started the project.
But that's like a lot of progress from because it wasn't that long ago.
No, and now I'm coming up on 35,000 words. Crazy
stuff. Fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. My hope and dream and goal, and don't hold me to this, guys, but I'm gonna say it anyway, is to finish this rough draft in Q1 of 2024, which I feel like is doable.
Yeah, because it's in March. That's the end of Q1.
Yeah, it would give me a solid 3 months after New Year's to finish the draft. I feel like I could do that.
Yeah, I believe in you. Do you guys have any goals after Nano? I'd love to know.
Oh yeah. What's everyone's like wider writing goals? For those of you who have finished, or sorry, I'm like getting distracted by the chat. For those of you who have finished, or those of you who are close to finishing, what is your plans after this? Are you going to continue with the same project? Are you taking a break? Are you thinking of publishing the projects you're working on? Let's hear it all.
Oh, and also cover ideas. Like if you can also, I know it might be too many questions at one time, but I feel like finding cover ideas is so fun. Just like if you have a concept, if you can describe it, I would love to know. That sounds so
even just a style you have in mind.
Yeah,
I would love to hear that.
Same.
Congratulations on making your AuthorTube debut. I also made my AuthorTube debut because of Nano. Exciting.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm going to take a break, but work on a different project. Okay, exciting. I want to finish doing draft 3 of my first project in my summer vacations. I live in the Southern Hemisphere. Oh, whoa. So you're going into summer. That's crazy. Doing draft 3 of my first project. That's really exciting. Are you hoping to get this project like publication ready or just want to get it super polished? Draft 3. It's exciting.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah. Peter's next goal is to set up the world building of his next project. Very exciting. I'm so not winning Nano. Okay, vibes, me too. But just continuing writing my project pirate book. Ooh, hopefully at 25K by the end of the year. Hee hee. I love
Ooh.
that for you. How far are you in now? I'm sure 25K by the end of the year is doable. I want to know about this pirate book.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Also, are you new to the chat?
Yeah,
I've never seen you, Chris.
yeah. I don't think you've been in a past stream, but welcome.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I want to edit a lot. I love that for you. I'm like weirdly excited to edit. I've never edited a project, so I'm like, that's gonna be so freaking fun.
Mm-hmm.
Winter will be an extended break. Nice. Spring 2024 will be picking up on the actual drafting after all this month's research. Very nice. We love a good break. My next project is called Synthesis. Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds like a solid title.
Mm-hmm.
Synthesis.
That's crazy that you already have the title in mind. I feel like I'm such a retroactive titler, which totally bites me in the butt.
Honestly, I usually am the same way, but for whatever reason, my story, the name came before the full concept, which is weird. Because I know I wanted it to be about dreams, so I decided like, oh, I really like the name Lucid. So I don't know what the middle's looking like or what the end's looking like, but I know generally that I like it's about dreams and I want to call it Lucid. So
Yeah. I love your title, by the way, Amina. I'm obsessed with it.
thank you.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, shall we jump in? We've been chatting for quite a bit.
Yeah, probably.
Are we all feeling ready for a little 25-minute little sprint?
I think so. I'm just gonna be reading during this sprint, so
Oh, I love that for you.
that's why I'm all cozy.
All right. Let's get into it. All right. How did that sprint go, everybody? I was really struggling. I was rewriting a lot. I didn't know where I wanted this scene to go. It's always tough starting a new scene. So I only wrote 197 words, but I rewrote many times. Sometimes I feel like that. It's always slow getting into a new scene, especially if you don't know what it's going to be. But how did everyone else's work
What
go?
chapter are you on so far with your story?
What chapter?
Mhm.
19.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Amina, how was your reading, right?
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm like a little bit more than halfway through, and it's a very interesting story.
How is it developing? Guys, Amina is reading a crazy
Yeah.
romance. An absolutely crazy
Yeah,
romance.
it's a crazy romance that I'm not even gonna go into, but I'm making a reading vlog about it on my channel, and it's like it's just crazy. It's not what I mean, it is kind of what I thought it was gonna be, but I wasn't really thinking when I read the back of the book. So lots of crazy stuff is happening, and I feel like moral codes is like getting blurred a little bit, and what's okay, what's not. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a well-rounded reader, so that'll
Yeah,
be fun.
we love that. Yeah, keep an eye out for that reading vlog, everybody. 123 words, wrote about burning Doritos. I love that. Ate the sandwiches, then drafted an email to set pieces in motion for spring 24 business. Nice. We love a good sandwich. I appreciate that you guys do like such a variety of random things during these streams. It's fun. 373 words from Avril. Had to do a bit of research and got distracted. Totally fair, but 373 is not bad for 25 minutes. So congrats. That's still a good amount of words. I only got 153. Yeah. It's these 25-minute sprints, they're not as long as they seem.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a high word count, but yeah. Congrats on 153. Progress is progress. Oh, we got a quote. The best being cheese flavored corn tortilla chips, but I usually prefer to eat my snack instead of burning them. I love that.
I feel like the little sprints are really good for me to like get miscellaneous tasks that I've been like procrastinating with.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love that. Like, oh, you don't have to write; you can do, whatever.
We love it. Yeah. I'm about to get to the point, Amina knows quite a bit about this story, even more so than you guys do, because obviously I want to be wary of spoilers. But I'm about to get to the capturing situation.
Oh, the capture.
Yes. Which is going to be quite an undertaking because I'm not used to writing. How would you describe a scene like that? I guess it's like violence.
Is it like the first like big drama that's happened so far?
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
first like hands are thrown, things are going down.
Yeah.
You know?
That'll be fun though. Like that'll be your first time writing something like that. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm a little wary. I can't remember if I ever wrote scenes like that back in my high school days, but I have a feeling that I was always stopping before then. I was always just like, I just
Yeah.
want to write the little romance and the little like call to action of like the girl finding out that she's like secretly powerful, and then I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to make it that far. I feel like all my writing projects I also like have given up. So
So it's exciting. And also like the climax and the ending of the book is gonna be crazy because I've never written that either. So lots of firsts with this project, you know.
I can't remember if you've said this or if you're still thinking about it, but like did you say you're gonna end this book with like the potential of having another book? Or like what's up
Yeah.
with that?
I feel like I have to because I can't imagine somehow making the story feel complete with this first book. Just
Okay.
because the ending is pretty much them arriving in this new place, like this promised land. I
Yeah.
can't then just have everything wrap up, it feels.
Yeah, it could be
Um,
fast.
so I think I could see it doing it as a duology, which is like such a fun term. But
It is.
basically, you know, two books.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think trying to do a series for my first serious writing project would be a crazy undertaking. So
Yeah.
two feels less intimidating. I'm like, I could easily work on both of them before releasing anything. You know, I could like work on them in tandem almost. So that's my thoughts. But
yeah, I agree. I feel like, especially with fantasy books, it's like the first book is so world building heavy that it's like it's hard to get the world building and then also resolve the conflict and have everything all good and dandy, because there's usually more than just one thing going on. It's like 1,000 things going on with magic.
yes.
So I feel like having a duology would definitely be like, that's like a solid undertaking.
Yeah, I think so too. What genre is it? Yeah, it's fantasy. It's adult romantic fantasy. Standalones are in theory getting tougher, but at the same time, publishers prefer standalones. Yeah, thankfully, I'm not planning to do traditional publishing. I think I would probably self-publish, so that's not as much of a factor for me. But yeah, I agree. Like, and as a reader as well, I prefer a series. I like being able to like get invested and get into the characters, and like Amina's like smiling. I think she
No,
probably feels the same.
okay, I agree, but I just hate, and I'm sure everyone can relate, like having to wait a year or something for the next book. So like if
Yeah.
it's a completed series and I can just binge it, I'm all for it. But
Yeah.
the waiting, that's why I can't get into Fourth Wing right now, because I don't want to get obsessed and I have to wait.
That's
So
really fair, which is also why I'm like, if I keep it short, maybe I would be able to release them faster because I could be working on the second and the first kind of parallel.
yeah.
But true. Yeah. So that would be tough. But yeah, I think, and also just having like a series or even a duology in my back catalog for people to like then read forever on. It's like you get read through. It's like a good thing to like maybe have out. So
Yeah.
that's thoughts. um Yeah, I want to return back to the cover question that Amina asked earlier because I want to know what cover styles do you guys like the most? Like, are you guys into the symbolism covers where it's just like almost ACOTAR like and it's just like a fucking rose or like a dragon? Or do you like illustrative color covers, text focused, simple? Everyone weigh in on this. I gotta know.
And I also feel like if you do a duology, I just love it when like books pair well together. And it's just like you have book number 1, book number 2, but then they're just like very aesthetically pleasing. It's just sitting on your bookshelf.
I know.
I love
I love
that.
that idea too. Like being very much in the same style and looking good together.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's giving library.
it's giving library. Yeah.
What about your book? I know we discussed this, but like, what are your thoughts on the covers?
I actually think my thoughts have changed a little bit because I remember at the beginning we talked about the fact that I like symbolism covers, which I still do, but then once I saw that kind of illustrative cover where the vines and stuff were framing it and like morphing into the words and then there was like the characters in the center, I'm like, wait, I kind of like that. So I think it might end up being a little more illustrative.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking. Peter says, mine are symbolic reflections of my stories. So do you have them already? Like, did you have covers made for your stories? That's kind of what it seems like. Art style, are you asking? Oh, okay. Look up the cover of Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis. That is my style. Okay, I'm going to have to do that like so fast.
Axiom's End.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that.
Ooh.
So
okay,
like,
I'm gonna share my screen for everybody who hasn't seen it.
yeah, do it.
Like this.
Oh, hell yes. Stunning.
I don't
That's
know if
really
there's other editions or something, but that's cool.
Chris has weighed in. Good question. I think I like both. It's nice to see faces for diversity, but a good ominous symbolism cover kind of pulls you in too. So I don't know. LOL, both depending on my mood. Yeah, I feel that. It's interesting because as a reader, I feel like I tend to like the symbolism covers, but maybe I don't know, maybe I'm widening my taste over here.
I'm trying to think about what I would like. I don't know how to describe it, but I like book covers that are like they just take up the whole page, and it's just like one of those books that's like you pass by and it's like, oh, whoa, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it because I feel like it can come in so many different ways. But I feel like when I know, I'll know.
Yeah.
You
And I
know?
love when it like spreads across the spine and to the back. Like it's
Yeah.
all like cohesive and well done. I'm like so excited to have the covers made. That's gonna be like the most exciting part of the
Yeah.
process. I
But I also
definitely sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I also really like it though when you can like um read a book and then once you're done you can understand the cover more. So
Mm,
maybe at the and when you first look at it, it's kind of like, wait, what is that? But then it's like, oh, that makes so much sense. Like, not that it's so blatantly obvious. Like, if your book is called The Lamp and it's just a lamp, you know? Okay, Chris agrees.
Uh, that's such a good point. And I feel like those are the types of things that you really don't know until you've written the whole book, and then you can pick out the little symbols and stuff that you could
Yeah.
with the cover.
It like also gets me excited. It gives me the same excitement like when you read the name of the book in the book. Like,
Mm,
I like little
yeah,
tiny details like that.
I kind of love that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just passed that point in my book when they finally said the name of it, and I don't know why that just gets me so excited.
Yeah.
So,
True. I'm trying to think, is there any other questions we can pose to the chat? Maybe we
do you
can.
guys have? Are you gonna have like a standalone, a duology? Like, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think your book will be completed in
Hmm.
one book or not? I'd be curious.
Yeah. Is everyone working on series on standalones? I love that too when they slip the title in. Chris is resonating, Amina, with
I
your
know we're
hot
sharing
take.
brain cell right now.
Yeah, that's cute. I hadn't even thought of that about incorporating a title into the book. Hmm.
Well, you first got to figure out your title, girl. Like, you don't
All
have
right.
it yet.
That's something I could be working on, but I guess I never really thought about how frequently authors actually do that.
Well,
Um,
you don't want it to be like overdone, right? You just want it to be like one of those things where you're like reading, and it's like, oh my god.
right. And I think it also depends what your title is because some would be so forced if the author tried to put that in. Imagine if freaking Sarah J. Maas was like A Court of Thorns and Roses in her fucking book. Like it would be so
Yeah. Like, how do you slide that in? And like, she has
yeah.
so many like books that are like a quarter of X, Y, and Z. So then, like every time,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're doing a little much.
I think I like it when the illustrates in a dark background starts in the front cover and continues in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, and
That's
also like
fine.
hardcover. Like if you think of like hardcover books, like how you take off the sleeve and like the hard actual cover will be maybe a little bit different. I like little
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah. And also I've been seeing such one of the like authors that I follow has been releasing all these special editions with like,
Mhm.
illustration sheets in it and like a special like dust jacket and like all
Yeah.
these like fancy elements, fancy formatting. And I'm like, that's so awesome to have. I think it's more doable with a hardcover, but to have like all these like bonus little like touches, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I love that. I love special edition things because then you can like have different versions if you
Mhm.
have visions of what you want your book to be. I also really think it's cool when people have like maps laid out and illustrated in their world, usually fantasy, but I think those are also really cool.
I wonder if you can hire somebody to illustrate a map. I would assume so, right? Like you have to be able to.
Yeah, you can
There's
hire
gotta be
for
illustrators
anything
for that.
now.
Yeah. Because there's no freaking way I could draw a map. No, like I would simply, it would be a blob.
I mean, you could probably just like throw something random and just like outline it. Be like,
Yeah.
that's my world.
Um, the book I am doing for Nano will definitely be a standalone, and the other one I want to work on in summer is one too, but I have an idea for a trilogy. Ooh, what's your idea for a trilogy? Trilogies, there's something special to them. It just always reminds me of like the Hunger Games and like,
Yeah.
oh,
Bro, but then that's why I'm like, I remember having to wait for the final book. Like, I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know.
I can't remember if growing up any of the series I read, I was actively waiting for more books to be released. I feel like I must have been, but I also feel like I went through them so quick that maybe I wasn't.
You know, actually true. Because also now that I think about it, was I waiting for the last book or was I just waiting for my parents to take me to Barnes and Noble?
Tea.
So like
Waiting to buy the next book.
jump to
Yeah. Sarah J. Maas is an otherworldly person who does things a mortal cannot, so I wouldn't worry about it. Facts. I don't know what's in her blood, but she's like built different. And then the Brandon Sanderson special editions, aka the first editions. I need to learn more about Brandon Sanderson. I know he's like a legend, but I could never do a trilogy, but I could do a set of books that are a character arc. Well, that's interesting. Why could you never do a trilogy? What's your hot take on trilogies?
I would love
to. Sorry, go.
No, I was just saying I would love to do one, but like I said, it would be like a lot of thinking. And maybe like once I'm like an expert, you know, like, but not like the first book. That's a task.
I got you. Also, I feel like in the past few years, with my reading and like the writing stuff, I've become opened up to so many different types of series. Like in my brain, a series was always like, okay, you're following one character through these books. It's one arc, whatever. But now I'm like, okay, there's people that do standalone series where it's literally just like they're under the same naming convention, but it's different characters.
Yeah.
Like all these different versions. I know you've read some of those where it's like kind of a different story every time, but they're connected in some way.
Yeah, like same world or they're friends or something. And in a way, I also really like that because I feel like if I read a series where it's like the same like problem or the same characters book after book after book, I can't take a break and maybe read another book in between. It can be really hard unless like for the last book I read, there were 6 books of the series, but it was originally a trilogy. So when it concluded, I took the opportunity to read another book because I feel like it's hard for me to like get out of it, and like especially if there's a cliffhanger.
Right.
But if it's like different characters or they're all connected in some way and it's like completed, then I can slide in other books as well. And maybe that's just the booktuber in me. Like I don't want to just only have like be talking about the same books all the time. So
that's so funny. Do you prefer when they're just like interconnected standalones?
I don't know if I prefer it necessarily because, girl, the last series I read, I ate that up. Like I read 5 of the books in like 5 days. Like, but there were like novellas sprinkled in there, so it was like kind of hard. I'm interested to know the chat. Like, what do you prefer? And also, what are some of your favorite genres to read? Like, do you see if there's like a connection based on what you like to write versus what you like to read? Because I would be interested to know. But I don't know if I have a preference. It's maybe what I'm in the mood for. Because like because like these fantasy books, like they give me anxiety. I like to read like for the drama, you know, a little anxiety doesn't hurt, but if it gets too much and then I only think about it for the rest of the day and I feel like I'm tapped out of reality for a little bit, like, do you ever experience that? I think you talked about that when you were writing, like you're in a flow.
Oh yeah.
Last NaNoWriMo diaries, like, you were like in the flow and you're like had a hard time disconnecting.
Yeah, I was straight up in a different world.
Yeah.
Which I think as I get further in the process, that's gonna happen more often where I have days where I'm just like don't speak to me. I am solely in this world.
Yeah.
I definitely have a preference for reading and writing fantasy and mysteries. Mysteries, dare I say, to me, mysteries is the most like I'm shocked at people who can write mysteries. To me, that would be really hard.
Yeah,
like,
that's talent.
Come up with the twists and the reveals. Like that looks so hard. Amina has me cracking up.
I love you.
LOL. Oh, I'm done. I know she is funny. That's why we have her here.
I appreciate it. I gotta tell you the truth. You know, it literally gives me anxiety, and I'll be like squealing while I'm reading. Like, no, like I can't hold it back. I don't know if you guys are like vocal when like you read something crazy. Same thing with mysteries, even though I don't read a whole lot of it. Like what you're talking about, like the big brain that goes into it, like having to like organize that. And I feel like, you know, if I was writing a mystery, I'd want to, and actually in a way, I think my book has a little bit of mystery in it, but I feel like I want to like, you know, you want to lead people one way, but then be like, bam, gotcha. Right. This is it. But how do you do that? Like efficiently.
Any sort of twist or reveal, I feel like can be really hard. It's always been a struggle for me. And it's not something that I think you can really like it almost does have to kind of come to you. Like, you can brainstorm for it, but it's not that I feel like it's the type of thing where it just needs to click, and it's hard to control that. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also have, like, now that we're talking about different genres, I want to hear everyone's hot takes. What is your least favorite genre?
Oh, yes, let's dig in.
Yeah.
I tried writing a mystery once and got a headache outlining and gave up. I just know you're talented, Avril. That's so funny. This would be me too.
Not the headache.
Murder mysteries are like sandwiches. The ingredients don't need to be fancy. You just need to prepare them with love and care. Very true. I just read the Inheritance game series, and that was mystery elements, and even just like writing like trap doors and stuff. I'm like, I don't know how you do that.
Yeah.
I screamed so hard because of a book once. My dad came running in the room, so I know that I am very vocal about the things I feel when I read.
Bro, I felt that. Like, if it's a sad scene, you will see me crying my eyes out. Like, as if someone close to me died. It's really dramatic and embarrassing, but I can't hold it back. Like, I feel things hard with these characters.
Yeah, I've cried from some books. I cried when I finished the Percy Jackson series. That was very emotional.
I need to read that.
Girl, you do.
I do.
I like am so excited for the TV show to come out, and no one I know read the book. So I'm like, am I gonna be watching this alone?
No, because I got you, girl. Like, especially if I find it free on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah, you catch up on that shit. Oh my god.
I would have loved it. And I watched the movie, like with the Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. When I was younger, and like I thought it was okay, but people who read it were saying like this was trash. And I love Greek mythology, so I gotta get it.
I honestly did not hate the movie as its own entity. As an adaptation of the books, it was very inaccurate.
Okay.
But as its own thing, I was like, Logan Lerman's cute, whatever. I'm here for
Bro, that's the whole reason I watched.
But now with the story with the TV show where they're actually starting it with kid actors, I'm like, this has potential to be like Harry Potter in the sense that we're growing up with these characters potentially. So,
and he's supposed to be young in the book, right? Like, and the actor was
like 12.
Yeah, and the actor was like way older when I watched it, and I was like, oh, he's cute. Greek mythology.
Yeah. Yeah, they made him a high schooler instead of a middle schooler in the movies, which is unfortunate. Which also I feel like didn't give it much legs to continue on through the whole series because they were getting old by the time they got to the second movie. Sorry, we got distracted talking about Percy Jackson. Peter says horror. I sucked at it. It always resulted as cutesy. How do you make horror cutesy?
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed writing horror the one time I did it. Well, enjoyed is maybe a generous word. I think it went well, but I was looking over my shoulder for several weeks, so.
Oh, you scared yourself? Oh, guys, did she leave? Is this me? Guys, are we live? I don't know. Did she just leave?
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I got kicked out of this.
Bro, I was so confused. I was like, oh my god, it says live. Where's she at? That is hilarious. What were we talking about? Horror?
Yeah, we were talking about horror, but we also got this message. Amina, you got to read Percy Jackson. Literally my favorite kids' books. And Brielle, I'm so excited too. This one actually looks so good. I'm so happy to hear that we have another Percy Jackson fan in the house. Yes. Woo! I really have to read it.
I also watched the second one. They even look very different from the first one. I don't know if it was like, I don't remember the like year difference between the two movies, but if he's supposed to be like 12, then yeah, they definitely flopped on that.
Yeah, they did flop. Yeah, they tried to retroactively make Annabeth blonde in the second one. It was problematic. I'm not holding my breath. Disney being attached doesn't give me hope after they murdered Mysterious Benedict Society. Disney did an adaptation of Mysterious Benedict Society? I did not know that. I loved those books. I had no idea that they adapted it.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my god, it was an incredible series. Another one of my favorites growing up. I also loved the name of this book is Secret series. I don't know if you read that, but
I'm Googling things. Let me see.
Mysterious Benedict Society was absolutely amazing. I can't believe they adapted that. I didn't know.
What was the book that you said? The Secret something?
The name of this book is Secret. Oh my god, it's an amazing series.
Wait, the name of this book is Secret. That's the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the mystery took me like 4 months to outline, so it was hard. Okay, still snaps to you for making it through that process. Remind me where you said you were in the process of the mystery. I don't know if we talked about that, but if you're working on the mystery anytime soon or currently, where are you in the process? I noticed that almost every Harry Potter book has a mystery arc. Literally, people getting killed, fun for the whole family. Every Harry Potter book has a mystery arc. I guess that's true. I never really thought of it that way. Yeah, 2 seasons, really good show. Canceled it and deleted it from Disney Plus?
Not for a tax
Oh.
write-off.
So they adapted it well, but then they just got rid of it? That's really disappointing. I need to, like, find it somewhere. Um, it's the book I'm revising for the summer. Okay, cool. So you've written the mystery. I love that for you. Very impressive. Did you find the book, Amina? How do you feel?
The book is called A Secret.
Yeah, that one.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Really? It's
Gotta
an
be honest.
iconic cover.
Huh?
It's an iconic cover.
Like the question mark and stuff?
And the chocolate, right? Isn't there a chocolate on it? Oh, maybe that's a later book in the series.
Is there like what age group is this for?
I probably read it in middle school. Oh, it's the This Book Is Not Good for You that has the chocolate on the cover. That's also in the same series.
Yeah, I'm seeing that here too. Interesting. I mean, I probably would have loved it as a kid, but I don't remember.
Damn, I'm realizing I don't even know if I finished the series. I think I only read the first 3. I didn't know there was more.
Oh, fake fan. Big fan.
Wow. Thanks, Amina.
At least I can say that I was never a fan. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I'm done. Find it. It's really good. I'm gonna have to do some sleuthing and find this series because it was one of my favorites. All right, ladies and gents, dare I say, shall we jump into another sprint?
Yeah, how have we been streaming for an hour and 9 minutes, but then we only had one sprint?
We've been chatting a lot. Are you still down for another sprint? How is everyone feeling? I feel like I could do one more.
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Amazing. All right. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-upload the file. Amina, can you talk for a second?
Wait, what file?
Of the timer. It got deleted when it kicked me out of the stream.
Okay, well, I can tell you guys about my day if you'd like. I read a book. I went to get some burgers. They were very delicious. And that was my day.
Amazing. Thank you, Amina, for being our entertainment.
Of course.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you in 25 minutes. Oh my God. Eduardo's here.
Oh my
Or
God, we were
he's
just
here.
talking about
I
you.
think he's actually still here. Hey guys, just popping in here to wish you guys a good evening. I'm hanging out with my boyfriend tonight. We cooked some dinner and I'm a bit tipsy. LOL, so no writing for me. But I hope the stream has been fun. Hopefully I'll be able to join you next time. Thank you so much for popping in, Eduardo. This is so funny because literally Amina and I were like, where's Eduardo? We missed him. I
Well,
hope
I
you
hope
have
you have a
an
good
amazing.
night.
Yeah, I hope you have a great night with your boyfriend. Enjoy being tipsy.
We'll see you next time. We hope your Nana went well and
Yes.
all that. We missed you.
Yes. Thanks for popping in. That's so sweet.
I know.
What a good note to start our final chat on. How did everyone do that that round? I got 214 words.
Oh, that's solid.
Yeah. Not bad. Peter got 196. Okay. We're all kind of in the same range today, I feel. I feel like I started getting somewhere with this scene though, and I did some brainstorming that I feel like is going to pan out well. So we're happy with that.
Progress. Dude, I wish I was writing something because I would love to just tell you guys how many words I made and all that, but no.
Everyone peer pressure Amina into
No, I can't. It's Nano's already over. I feel like I wanna. I don't know. Maybe next year. I'll maybe start something. I don't know. We'll see. But don't pressure me. Don't listen to her.
201 words for Chris. Congrats. That's great. Very solid. Yeah. Amina, I would literally die if you were also writing something. I'm just gonna put that out there. But
bro, one day you'll be the first to know.
Good. I would hope so. I feel like the past few days have been such a roller coaster for me. It's like either I'm in the slumps and I'm getting no words, or like it's flowing really easily. It's literally been like this.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's just how it is. Yeah. Remember that I had a laundry load in the dryer, dealt with that. Then I looked through my research, but a case of heartburn interrupted me. Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully you're feeling better.
I would love to know everyone's thoughts on Nano since we're coming to a close on it in the next 5 days. What have you learned?
Yeah.
What tips would you have for yourself or other people for next year?
That's true.
And all that.
Anything you want to do differently next year in terms of Nano? Like,
yeah.
Did you go wrong somewhere? 82 words, had a long dancing session. That's so cute. I love that.
What music were you listening to?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. Or none. Sometimes that works too. I like to make my own songs, like random songs, and just like dance to it. Because my family, like, if someone starts dancing, then someone just like makes up like random songs, and then we all like match each other's energy. It's very chaotic. So
that's so fun. I love it.
Of the day or information about me today.
Do you remember Avril from past streams? Avril, have you been here before? Or is this your first time joining us for a live stream? If so, welcome. But yeah, I would also love to hear everyone's closing thoughts about Nano. I've mentioned this before, but I'm planning in early December to do a video of like, you know, everything I learned from attempting my first Nano, which I feel like will be fun.
What's something you're gonna say in that? You don't have to say everything, but what's one thing?
Ooh,
sneak peek.
That's a good question. I feel like, oh God, I'm gonna have to think about that.
You'll answer last.
Yeah. It's my first time, and I was listening to a lot of Spanish music. I've been missing listening to my first language. Oh, that's awesome. Well, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. Peter's tip for Nano is make sure your outline is complete by November. Gotcha. I feel like the biggest thing, or one of the things that I'm going to mention in the things I learned video is definitely just like lean into your natural motivation. Like on days where you're really feeling it, keep going. Like, and days where writing doesn't sound fun, that's okay. Like, you don't need to force it necessarily.
Yeah. So are you not really trying to hit like the 1,500? Is that what it is, 1,500 a day? Or account is just like the overall, your goal by the end of Nano, I want this amount?
Right. I think I thought it was going to be much more like me doing the consistent everyday writing, but it's turned out to be much more like I'm doing several thousand on the weekends and then not writing during the week. which I just think is maybe what works for me more is just writing a few days a week and
Yeah.
making them bigger, heavier writing days. So.
And I feel like I would relate to that too, because when I would write, and also just for anything, honestly, like a lot of different hobbies that I have, I kind of, it's like all or nothing some days. It's not really, I don't feel like I really have like a consistent every day, let me do this amount of time or this amount of whatever. I just kind of really lean into it, like based on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah. And oh god, I just had a thought that literally left my freaking brain. Oh shoot. What was I gonna say?
Was it about leaning into stuff?
It was related to what you just said about some words being bigger, some days being bigger, not all or nothing. Oh, here's what it was. Yeah, I also think I realized, and I guess I knew this, but it's like writing for writing's sake isn't productive. Like just getting a certain number of words, if the writing is shit and you hate it, it's not worth it. Like, and that's why I'm okay with going back, not going back, but like if I write a paragraph and I'm like, no, I'll delete that shit even if it hurts my word count because I'm like,
yeah,
it's not productive for me to keep it in there and just make it harder for myself when I go back. So I guess that's something I've realized. I'm not like editing as I go, but I am allowing myself to rewrite if I go a wrong direction. Gotta go to sleep. It's almost 5 a.m. here. Oh my god. But I hope you had a nice writing session.
Thank you for
so much for joining us. That's crazy that you that you're up so late.
That's very early. But with what you said, okay, is it leaving my mind now? Wait, what did you just say? You said okay, yeah, okay, I remember. The quality, like I feel like with Nano, it's very easy to probably like get into the quantity over quality thing because you're just so focused on the word count. And also at the end of the day, will it really matter if like let's say you win Nano, but then at the end you kind of just like delete everything or it's like just a bunch of garbage. So it's like, did you really win Nano if it's not like quality writing? So felt that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a rough draft, right? So it's not like it needs to be like the cleanest, sharpest, whatever. But I totally agree. It's like if it's not serving your overall story and your process, then it's not worth it. So that's why I'm glad that even though I'm not going to hit 50K, I'm happy with the stuff I wrote. That matters so much more, you know?
Yeah. That's interesting. Good tips for knowing stuff about Nano. Did you know about Nano before this year? Like last Nano, did you know about it?
I think I did because I've been subscribed to some writers on YouTube for a while. So I think I was probably around there.
It's very interesting to like know all these things, and I don't even know fully what I would be like, but cool things to like look out for.
Okay. Well, dare I say, shall we wrap things up?
I think so. I feel like this was super fun having these little live streams every week. Did you do one every week? This is your third though, right?
Yeah, I've done one every week, 3 weeks.
But that's still so fun. I feel like I'm excited for like the other streams you do for the writing channel, even though it's not going to be like, every week. But I love streams; they're so fun. This is our first time doing them, and I love them. And thank you guys so much for showing up and like being in the chat. It's been so fun to hear about your stories and all that stuff. And like in the future videos that Brielle does, keep us updated in the chat, even if there's not a live stream that week or that month or whatever, because it's like really fun.
Oh, definitely do. And thank you so much to Amina for joining us. She's been the most wonderful co-host I could have asked for. And she's just a wonderful person and she makes amazing content. So go check her out.
You're so sweet.
Yeah. I'm so grateful to have her here. It's so much more fun hosting with you here. So thank you. And hopefully you'll join us again for future streams. Maybe.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already here. I might as well. Again, you don't have to ask me twice.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys. I hope you all had a productive night and we'll see you guys soon.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Whoa, my hand looks huge.